Sure thing. Sure thing.
Alright, let's get it. Hello and welcome everyone back to CL after the mid-season break. We're here in Singapore in the rain, ready for wet quali. I'm here with Yoa. Welcome, Yoa.
Hello, what's good, man? Babe to the clock. We are back. It's Brazil all over again, and this track feels like Brazil all over again. But yeah, how? What do you predict for today? What do you predict?
Well, it's a difficult one because I haven't been following much of the practice of people today, so I have no idea what we're gonna expect here. I have no idea if even anyone practiced. Oh yeah, okay, Kat is not looking good.
Yeah, that's
I think that is a clear DNF for Kata. But let's see who can actually put something together here in the wet. Because it's a difficult track in the dry. I cannot imagine how it is in the wet. So let's see here then. Tomatoes to the front. Tomatoes at the front. Benna behind. Oh, Ludwig improves out of nowhere. What a lap from Ludwig. He started a bit late. I just picked it up when I started the lobby, but damn. He started late for a good reason. I'm gonna take some quick screenshots if you want. Go ahead and go through it. But
wow. So, the new king of the wet is here and he's arrived. It's now Ludwig on pole with one of the craziest wet laps you will find this season. Almost 5 tenths ahead of the returning Tomatoes in second, with Banner in third, half a second off the lead. Barot, fourth place. Is this his debut? I think it is for in CL. Solid stuff there for Rising Goat, with Glow in fifth. Chiruni in sixth. He's usually very good in wet conditions. This is the only time you'll catch me glazing him in the wet. Axis, bloody brilliant seventh, with PP, the championship leader, in eighth. Albono, one of the drivers still in contention, although quite distant in the championship, in ninth. Ricky completing the top 10. He tends to be good in wet conditions, with Mika just missing out on that top 10. Toaster in 12th. Kata, who might have to DNF actually, in 13th after her connection failed her in quali, it seemed. Patotias in 14th. Punk in 15th. And Majum down in 16th for VLP. Yeah, man, be good. We've got an interesting race on our hands today, don't we?
I mean, DNF Kata.
Yeah. Unfortunate unfortunate for her, because I think she would have been a very good contender for today. Yeah. Should we?
He wants to try to start.
Yeah, we'll have to be very like. What does glow mean? What is URA doing? Because like, if you teleport, bro, like, and I know it's your teammate, but if you do teleport, it is unfortunate. But yeah, don't want something similar to what happened in JL with Fede. So yeah. Now Kata's not. Kata will obviously fight for her place to start, right? That's natural. Like when you want to race, you'll fight for your spot to race. But I think I think there has to be precautions as well. Because
Just in case of a stall.
yeah.
Let's move her to the back here. Alright, should be good then?
Yeah.
Alright, so here we are. We are here at Singapore for the sprint in the rain. Ludwig guarding off against Tomatoes here. Good start from Ludwig. Is immediately clear and almost gets away. Tomatoes very close to him. Banna holding on. Barrett having a bit of a stall and I think a bit of a grass touch. But Banna moving around all the way. Tomatoes moving to the front. Ludwig, I don't know what happened to him, not having a great start. But still holding on to that top 4 pack. Glow is behind here. He seems to have gotten through. Albono with a great start as well, up to P6, still in that top group here. Jero up there. Kata, let's see if she is causing any troubles. I think for the moment, not really, but that's surprising. So let's go back to the front then, where it's complete chaos still. Tomatoes, who was in the lead, suddenly dropped down to P5. Barrett in the lead on his first ever race in CL. And Glow also moving up. Glow having a great start and big leg rocket between Ludwig and Banna. Banna into the wall, but they still stay with this like little top group that is forming. But Barrett might have. No, he does not have again. Glow still there with him, Tomato still there with them. But the top three separating now from Jaruni, who's holding back Albono. The rest of the pack catching up, very big pack here. Kata not teleporting, Albono died, I think. Very, very chaotic. So what do you think, Yoba? Who will win now of this top three?
It's still 7 laps to go as well, but Barrett's having a fantastic start, and of course he's like, this is his debut, right?
I'm pretty sure for CL, yeah. Mika leaving the race, sadly.
Oh no, might be a DC.
I think so, yeah.
So something happened there. But yeah, as Glow went for the move over there, yeah, that's. I think that's Kata. I think that will have to be a DNF for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, like out of the top guys, I think like Glow looked strong. I think he went for the move, and ever since then he's dropped back behind Tomatoes, but he's gone back ahead. But Barrett is actually like. Barrett has cleared off out in front, so this could be very good for him as PP struggling over here. He's just dropped down to P8 behind Ricky, so some championship points on the cards for some drivers potentially, but out of this top 3 member goats, it's looking like it's a Barrett win so far. Oh no. Ooh, Glow.
Was not amazing, I think, but yeah, sadly, Kata seems to be the only one who is severely teleporting. So it's a shame that for her it seemed fine, but yeah, we do not want a repeat of what happened at the start of JL just before. So let's keep having a look. We have a second group that is still chasing down this top group. They're 1.5 seconds behind. 4 laps to go. Definitely possible if there's some fighting going on here at the top. Glow has now taken the lead. Tomatoes on his return also. Very strong showing from him, and definitely just waiting to take the scraps here. But it's a difficult track to pass. It's a difficult track because there's just walls everywhere. You have nowhere to go. And like Glow still trying to send a little move. Very difficult point to do it, but Glow actually does it very, very cleanly. Very nice move from him. Barrett not giving up. Side by side, Tomatoes tries to take advantage, but crashes into them, and that allows Banna with Ludwig to catch up to both of these guys again. Yeah, now we have a 5-way fight.
Yeah, with Ludwig, he and Jaruni into the bottom left corner that we're going to come up to now. They had a collision last lap. Ooh, championship leader has DNF'd.
And that is a shame. I think he was all the way down and probably had another crash. One crash too many. Did not feel like finishing the race. I guess you will see him back for the feature, but the wet, not the place for PP. PP likes to be dry. What a fight, by the way, we have here for P1. Banna moving up through Glow. Now trying to get any move going, but they're still side by side right in front of him, and there's definitely no space for 3 people. But he's still trying to find a way, trying to get an advantage as these 2 in front battle. But nothing doing so far. We have 2 laps to go after this one. So still everything to play for this top 4. Any one of the 4 could still take it. Further back, I think Jaruni. Wait, where did Ludwig go? Something happened to Ludwig, I think, because he's suddenly all the way down to like 9th/10th.
Oh dear.
No idea what happened there.
Oh dear.
But now let's
Oh,
focus on this top group.
Banner's been
Tomatoes.
dropped.
Banner has indeed been dropped. Might be able to get it back though, because they are still fighting heavily. So a bit like a little mistake, and it's very, very easy to make a mistake here while you're battling with someone. So a little mistake would get Banner back as they're going three
Oh
wide.
my word.
And yeah, Banner's back immediately. We go last lap with 4 people. Tomatoes clips the inside a little bit, goes back to third. Barrett very,
Yeah,
very
that's
aggressive on the
aggressive.
defense.
That's very aggressive.
Glow trying a move, but can't find a way through. Tomatoes now wanting to pass Glow, but also no way through here. Last couple of corners. Can anyone do anything against Barrett, or is it going to be Barrett for his first CL win? We're going to go to the line, I think, because Glow is very patiently waiting. Oh, but Eclipse and Tomatoes. Can Tomatoes do anything? It's very close. No, it's going to be Barrett. Good race from Barrett. And Glow takes third ahead of Banna. Jaruni, and then a big gap to whoever was behind there, with Punk and Ricky finishing very close to each other. Ludwig comes down in 8th. After having such a dominant pole, 8th is not what I expected for Ludwig. Very surprising. With Albono in 9th there. Toaster getting a top 10 in. I think it is also his CL debut, no? Or is it not? I have no idea.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Anyway, Majumdar coming in 11th. So not a very good race for VLP, but luckily they're title contenders, except for Glow doing a pretty good job. Like PP also, of course, DNFing, so not too many points lost, hopefully, for them to HBF. Access takes 12th, Potocius 13th, and last of the finishers, with PP DNFing, Mika having a disconnect, I think he was typing, and Kata, of course, asked to DNF. But I did see that she just rejoined, so let's have a talk with her and see what's up.
Yeah,
Access left.
That was. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, very fascinating. Nikhil saying in the chat that Barrots is his Mr. Photo finish, and I think not often that you have like people on their debut going and winning races, but I think Barrett has just done that. And it was a fantastical 4-way fight as well between that top 4. And yeah, it should be very interesting to see what happens. Oh yeah, no, Toaster also had a what's it called? Debut on a debut podium in the sprint. Yeah. But
What a guy.
yeah, it should be what's that guy? What a legend. And Kenza with their first podium in CL thanks to Tomatoes. So yeah, they're off the board now, or they're on the board now. And yeah, this feature quali should be very interesting. Who do you have your bets on?
The queue will be difficult though. Let me see what we have. I think Tomatoes was looking very fast in the time trial. I think he set a very good 37.0. So he might be very, very rapid for the dry qualifying here. He was, of course, also very good contender for a wet pole, but got absolutely sniped by Ludwig by nearly half a second. Probably one of the biggest margins that we've ever seen for a qualifying session in CL.
Also, Kata is not. Bituko says Kata is not allowed to rejoin.
Is that a rule in the rulebook that if you were DNF'd from?
I don't remember that. I don't remember. Oh, not 100% sure because I think back. Wait, how many laps is it? Wait, Kuba, are you able to let us know about this one? Because I think back in the day when I disconnected from the races, I was allowed to like race as well. So I'm not 100. Like when I disconnected from the sprints, I was allowed to race. So
I'll just do Q, and then as soon as he teleports, I'll just tell her like she said I've moved next to the router. So let's have a look.
yeah, express.
All right, so we're back. Let me straight up move to Kata just so we can see it immediately. We're back in the dry now. This is what most people should have practiced, I assume. So it will be interesting to see who can come out ahead here. Will it be Ludwig again? Ludwig maybe a wet merchant. Maybe he practiced the wet a lot, but has he also practiced for the dry? That is the question now. Do you have any hopes for anyone?
Of course, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked because I don't mean to be biased at all, but shout out to Mattel Motorsports with Albono and Mika. Of course, I like at some point, I haven't spoken about them at all yet. But you know what? Now's the time. My hopes are on them, but obviously, I think it might be a Ludwig pole, maybe, as he actually does go pole, but then a bit of a mistake into turn one. He and Glow are tied. Majum Dar now back up after what wasn't the best experience during the sprint, with Bana, Barot, Ricky up in 6th, Punk, Toaster, Tomatoes down in 9th, and Albono in 10th, Manbeko. It's looking very interesting this qualifying session so far.
Yeah, Anna seems to be in a very good second lap because he is now ahead of the whole field. I was just checking out Kat a little bit just to see if she's okay, but it seems that she's not teleporting anymore, so hopefully that's fine. With Ludwig going pole again, Banner improved as well, but not enough because Ludwig just beat him to it. Barrett also very close third here, at 37.8. Still pretty far away from what we saw in AO and JL earlier today. So I'm wondering if these drivers can do something else here. A last lap showdown, maybe. Let's very quickly check Kata if she's still fine. I think moving to the router has solved her problems. So she seems to be starting near the back anyway. That should be all good. We see Tomatoes. Glow. Glow out of nowhere takes it. What a lap from him. Wow. But yeah, very, very tight here because as you can see, well, Glow has a little bit of a gap, but then it's Tomatoes. 100th ahead of Ludwig and Barrett, who are 400s ahead of Toaster, who is 300s ahead of Banna. So all of these people within a tenth of a second between second and sixth it is. So very, very tight qualifying. But yeah, Glow coming out on top, which might be one of his first. Let me quickly check that.
Might be his first, like, in CL at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is. Let me see. Glow. No. That is his first CL pole position. Very good job from him. So congratulations to Glow. Let me take a quick screenshot. Yeah, Glow filling in for PP, who, again, I do not see here. PP all the way down in 12th. The championship leader very much struggling here this weekend. So Glow putting in the performance for Heritage Performance. Yeah. Do you see anything crazy other than that, Yo?
Not really. Like, I obviously surprised a bit about Kata in particular because she's usually very quick with qualifying pace, but I think obviously with everything that's happened so far, that may be a bit of a distraction too. And obviously the Matzo boys, I think the race will come on a little bit stronger. So obviously quali's happened, so there's still a race to come. But seeing Taruni as well, P7, because I think he's usually closer to the top 5. He'll be one to watch in this race, man, Beckhardt. And Toast in the top 5 too in dry quali. Superb lap.
Let me check if I got the race settings right. 26 laps. Dry, good. All right. Ready. All right, so back again, Yo. We are here for Toaster. Toaster.
Oh,
that is very unfortunate. Toaster gone. We have Glow leading the way. Tomatoes close behind, but gets passed by Barrett immediately. Barrett wants that lead. He does not want to sit behind anyone. Everyone except for Jeru and Punk starting on the softs. But very clean start so far, but Barrett hits the inside, which takes Ludwig with him, moves Benna up, and we have a very, very similar pack to the wet race that we just had before this. A big crash here. Thing between Patatite. Oh, Punk and Send. A lot of ping, of course, between all these drivers. Albano taking advantage of all this chaos. But yeah, the immediate gap again to this top 4 that we just saw. This top 4 definitely the strongest of Singapore. But yeah, a huge gap. Already nearly 2 seconds. Let's see if anything else is happening here. Oh, the Mazar boy is definitely... Oh, but yes. Are we okay? I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, that definitely looks like a DNF.
Yeah.
That's
That
unfortunate.
is a shame.
That's very unfortunate.
It looks like the servers are having some problems today because I'm seeing a lot of lag, more than usual. But the Mazar boys, you must be happy. They are doing a great job. P5 and P7, as I jinxed Mika a little bit there. But who is Benna telling?
Could be Glow. It could be Glow.
Could definitely be.
They go side by. Yeah. Yeah, like Matzo Boy is doing a fantastic job so far. No. I think that was Glow for sure. That was.
That was I think from my side more than anything, because everyone seems to be fine, but everyone was moving.
Sorry,
around.
Glow then. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
my apologies there.
He's fine. But the championship leader struggling, but getting down through to P7 here, but not what he was expecting, I think, getting into this weekend. He's been such a dominant force all season, but Singapore, not his race. He's struggling a lot, but still. We have now a top 3 because Benna dropped him a little bit, but the 4 to 6 positions still very close, and if they fight a little bit, just like they did in the sprint, this could bring all of them back in and create like a 6-way fight for the win today. And further back, it's PP who has Jiruni in the slip. Jiruni just taking advantage of some soft slip, because he is, of course, on the mediums. I think Albano just died to something with Benna or Ludwig. So they have lost the group now. And Benna is very close again, because I think this top 3 is just constantly fighting. Benna back into that top 3 now. Benna having an interesting race so far, an interesting weekend. Ups and downs. The one moment I see him drop down to 6, the next he is fighting for the win. And it is a crazy track, and there's a lot of fighting going on. The Glow gets shoved into the grass. And Benna moves to 1st out of all of that.
How has this happened? Majumdar into the pits as well.
So Majumdar, our first pitter, going onto the Hearts. That is an interesting choice. Hearts, of course, not really showing to be a good tire this weekend, but maybe Majumdar is cooking up a strategy that no one else has thought of. No, it's Barrett again in 1st and Benna in 4th. This just keeps moving around this top 4. Glow is the first one to get out. He's going for that undercut. But does it work for him?
He might be in a bit of traffic though, because the field is quite tight today, and there's Punk just up ahead, and Mika ahead as well. So he might have a bit of a tricky task over here. As Banner, I think, took Tomatoes off, as now Barrett and Tomatoes up ahead seem to have a collision, because they like seem to hit something on the mini-map, and now Jiruni is in 2nd. HRT push pro 1-2, man, big guys.
That is insane. I have no idea what happened there, because I feel like with this track you can just get completely stopped out of nowhere after hitting a wall, so you lose massive amounts of time. As all of them pit now, maybe not completely voluntarily, but Benna also in. Jiruni, of course, on the mediums, so he's going a bit longer. Glow has undercut a lot though. He is on the Hearts, but that undercut is huge. Nearly 2 seconds gained on Benna. Albano still there. Yeah, Barrett and Tomatoes absolutely screwed over. They went from fighting for the lead to now having to fight for I think this is an effective P7 that Barrett is in. Of course, still in the fight for what would become a podium, I would imagine.
Oh dear, no, no, no.
But yeah, very, very tough race to watch. A lot of crashes, a lot of chaos. Not the clean way of driving that we like to see, but it's just very hard on this track. It's so tight, so many walls to go into, so little overtaking opportunities. Barrett tries something, but oh, this is
Oh
not going
dear.
well. Cheryl having the time of his life, not having to be in that pack, but he is going to pit now. But I assume, looking at how chaotic that pack behind was, he has gained a lot of time on them. But he's going on the hards as well. I don't know what the strategy is of people.
I think it's going to
Well,
be. He's going for the rainbow strats, I think.
Barrett gets smashed
Oh,
into the wall as well. Yeah.
WWE.
But yeah, Glow's still leading. Benna on the hunt with those mediums. Not sure if Benna is going to go for a heart at the end here to stay on the same kind of pit strategy as Glow and the others. If he has to stop another time, he might be in some trouble. But let's see, because he's not catching Glow that much so far. Glow makes a little mistake, but still, it's further down. But yeah, Ludwig finds himself in P3 now with our championship leader PP somehow clawing his way back into a near podium position. After all hope was lost, he has somehow found a way to get through here. That's the strength of the PP.
The strength of the PP is crazy. But I mean, it's true. Like if like when the PP is strong, the PP progresses and the PP thrives.
PP is definitely thriving here in these dry conditions. He does not like wet conditions, but he loves the dry.
Definitely.
Might be still fighting for a top 5 finish here, which should keep him in the lead, I would imagine. But up ahead, like, Benna is not making any inroads, but actually nearly losing time. I think he just made a mistake, but Ludwig is catching a bit to Benna. The hearts actually surprisingly looking very good here so far. It might be that the mediums look worse in the hands of Benna, but no judgment there. As Glow still in the low 38s, Benna in the high 38s, so mid 38s coming through here, 39s, 30. Barrett also still pretty fast, but yeah, on those softs we'll definitely have to pit at least once more. And he just seems to have gotten extremely screwed in anything that happened there with Tomatoes. Tomatoes all the way down to 8th as well. It's a shame because we had a very good fight going for the lead here.
Yeah, and I mean they've actually lost Girini now as well, according to the timing screen. So I think something must have happened between Barrett and Albono. So Tomatoes is back on their tail. Barrett, of course, I think with being, I'd say, like with still accustoming to CL, obviously there's going to be like elbows out and like kata out. But yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of fighting like we're seeing as now it's like part number 4 or 5 between these two as they go side by side towards the end of sector 2. Barrett holding on for the time being, but surely he's coming in on this lap because I think to come in later would probably do him a disservice as Ludwig is rapidly closing in on Banner and Barrett is into the pits. So there, Ludwig makes a mistake, and now PP has Girouni on his tail. So Girouni, by the way, I think he's still in this, or at least for podium. I think he's still yeah, definitely in this, especially if he can stay out of traffic.
Girouni is looking very good because what I'm reading in the chat is that most people are going for rainbow strat. So Girouni, the only one, I think, the only one to not have used the soft yet. So he will be finishing on the soft, so he will have a very, very good end to his race, I assume. Especially with a lot of others still having to do a hard stint or a medium stint. So interested to see where Girouni can come out. Benna is still holding the gap around 2 seconds. Glow is gaining on him still though. But behind them, they're not gaining as much with Girouni at 38. That's one. More than a second gain to Benna here. Benna makes another mistake. So that's not going to help him. His tires are probably going off. quite a lot right now. He's 9 levels mediums here.
He's finished. He's cooked on those tires. Has to come in on this lap. Let's see.
I would assume so, yes, he is. Let's see what he's going to do. I think he has a hard stint left, probably, or yeah. So 10 hearts for Benna to finish it out. He drops a P6 into a nice gap here, so he has some free air to enjoy. The Glow doing a super job here. Great job from Glow this race. Just clear of everyone. Nothing in his mirrors, nothing ahead of him, just vibing, driving around. Ludwig still in the chase, of course, with Rooney very close behind as well. So it could be an interesting finish still, but I think Glow has done a great job. PP still on P4, who's going into the pits now, and it is Glow as well who's in the pits. So both the HPFs on the similar strategy, which I think is, yes, and soft, hard. Oh, hard again for Glow. Interesting. Did not expect that. I was expecting him to go into the mediums. But yeah, I think he just felt good on the hards and just wanted to continue with that. But that might give an opportunity to someone like Rooney, who's going to finish here on the softs. It's gonna be rapid at these last couple of laps. So Rooney then.
Yeah.
Again, he figured something out. What is Ludwig doing? Is he still going onto the softs, or does he have to take the mediums again?
I think he's gonna. No, I think he might actually take the softs because I like with Rooney. I think like the gap is sort of stabilized. In fact, Ludwig gaining on him that last lap, so that might. I mean, I think I'd expected Rooney to close in a little bit, but Ludwig is holding up the gap very well. So these two are probably going to be fighting with Banner for the podium, but Barrot as well has made a superb undercut on the drivers behind him, while Tomatoes and PP are battling. So Rooney, who I think has dropped more time on Ludwig before they both come in, I think Rooney might have to deal with those two over there, to PP and Tomatoes, while Ludwig,
and they're both onto the softs.
Yeah, they're going to go 7 softs, and we'll see if Ludwig has the pace to potentially catch Glow, or even drop Banner in the process, maybe.
I think Glow might be a step too far for them, but still, it's only 3 seconds. Oh, Glow! What? Where's Glow? Glow disappeared.
Oh, no!
Is he going to teleport back? Will he teleport back, or will this be a problem?
Please, Glow. Please, Glow. No, there is actually no way that this is happening.
I think we have lost him. He's been gone for too long.
Bro.
Yeah, that is a shame if he's not coming back, because he's had such a great race. That is a shame. That is such a shame. He definitely deserved that win there. Was definitely the best driver in the field today for this try race, but unfortunately his connection letting him down here. But yeah, that opens the door for, I think, Ludwig here, who I don't think has won CL yet. He might be on for a win here because he is on way faster tires than Benna. And I don't think Benna can hold on for 5 more laps against a soft runner on his hard. He will try, of course, squeezing him all the way. But Ludwig stays out of it. Goes for the move now.
Oh, that's a beautiful move. What a move
Very
that
clean.
is.
And yet Ludwig takes the lead, but now can Benna hold on to his slip and do something? But he makes a little mistake and immediately loses him, and I think won't be able to get him back.
Look who's coming. Look who's coming in P3.
But yeah, no, like...
Has he been dropped from the slip?
Yeah. He's very close to it, but he's definitely not in it anymore. So he needs the lap of his life or a big mistake from Ludwig, as we see. A small mistake from him now, but still holding on to that top position and out of the slip, most importantly. Cheru, though, closing in very fast here on Benna. Immediately goes for the sand. He wants maybe some team orders, but I don't think Benna has heard any team orders.
No.
Oh, he does let him through, but that cost Rooney quite a bit. It's now nearly 2 seconds behind, I think. 1.5 only. So definitely still possible. A couple of mistakes from Ludwig could bring Rooney back, but Ludwig also seems very rapid. Of course, with this very dominant pole in the sprint, definitely no slouch on this track. He can definitely make it work, but let's see. I think Girouni trying to keep Benna in his slip, but Benna makes a little mistake against the wall there. So it is time for Girouni to move on now. Is there anyone behind that can still do something? Tomato's pretty close, but he is on very dead medium tires as well. So I don't think that is going to work very well for him. PP is still there, but also on those very dead mediums with Barrett behind on even more dead hards. So yeah, I don't think the top 3 seems not completely sealed. Tomatoes makes a big mistake though, going into the gravel. But yeah, Ludwig is not letting this one go. Extends his gap by another 4/10 on the last lap. Benna's tires are completely dead, so I don't think he will be able to do anything against them. PP and Barrett fighting. This is good for Tomatoes, but he hasn't lost him yet from the slip. Ludwig still chilling. Girouni still chilling. But yeah, Ludwig dropping him rapidly right now. So I would be surprised if anything else happens. So yeah, I think, well, something must have happened because Tomatoes dropped all the way down. Left PP alone by himself, and Barrett has overtaken him as well, so he's now in a fight for P5 instead of for P4. It also drops a little bit now, as we're already on the last lap, so let's move to the front here. A huge gap has formed between Girouni and Ludwig. Not sure if Girouni is letting it back, but Ludwig wins the Singaporean C Prix, with Cheryl coming in second, and Benna finishing out the podium here. PP, great recovery drive from him. Still coming home in a P4, very nice job. Tomatoes on his return gets P5. Again, very, very close. 100 between him and Barrett. Spunk, I don't know why I can't see them. Oh, they left. Spunk in P7. Majumdar takes P8 here. Albano P9, Ricky P10, Mika P11, but with the fastest lap, a very, very solid 37.35. Globe, sadly, of course, someone who should have been named the winner, I think, but sadly had connection problems. So Glow 12th, still scoring a point, very nice for him. And then we have Kata DNFing, but Tatias we asked to DNF, of course, and Toaster also having a problem that didn't allow him to start. So yeah, that was an interesting race, Johan. I enjoyed watching that chaos. What do you think?
Like that was. I mean, obviously, heart has to go out to Glow, obviously, because it was such an unfortunate DNF after doing literally everything right. But like, to win, you've got to capitalize. And Ludwig, I think there were some incidents at the start that he was involved in, but he kept his head slowly but surely, and eventually he progressed to time winner. And I think it might be like, I might be wrong on this one, but is it either first USA winner potentially? We'll find out. HRT doing a fantastic job with a 2-3 banner on his first race with the team. Girouni, calculated as ever, and yeah, kept his head throughout. That was a fantastic display by them and by the championship leader, who I think as time is going by, he's got a firmer and firmer and firmer grip on the title. So that was a great recovery after the sprint. So yeah, and I mean, obviously the Matza boys and Punk, shouts out to him. Matza boys, P9, P11, we take those.
Good job from all of the people involved. But yeah, I am going to have some food, I think. So I'm gonna leave you guys with it. Sorry for no interviews, but dinner is calling and UL is coming soon. So thank you for joining us and see you next time.